Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Barcelona have beaten Girona by 3-1 in their second pre-season game. Goals from Piqué from the penalty spot, Rey Manaj also on the score sheet again, and late on Memphis Depay in his first minutes in a Barcelona shirt in pre-season did get on the score sheet also from the penalty spot. No clean sheet for Barcelona today, but a correct prediction from me from the match preview. Without any further ado, guys, let's get in to today's match review. So let's start with that lineup then that Ronald Koeman elected to start the game with and actually go on for about 60 minutes of the game with, in the majority anyway, there are a few injuries and a few players got taken off, such as Rey Manaj and Umtiti, but largely, guys, for the first hour of the game, this is what we saw. Iñaki Peña actually got the full 90 minutes. I don't know whether that's an indication saying, hey, you know what, Iñaki's going to be our number 2 this season, behind Ter Stegen, Neto's going to be on his way out because no minutes for Neto today. I thought that was really interesting. At right back you had Dest, at left back you had Balde, Umtiti and Piqué again in centre back, so same back four as we saw against Nastic. In midfield we this time actually had Nico in the pivot there. Good to see him get some minutes. I thought he could have moved the ball a little bit quicker, but I do think Nico is a player who I see very mature and very prepared to play in the first team of Barcelona. We had Riqui Puig and Sergi Roberto as the interiors again, and then up front we had Rey Manaj in the middle. We had Nils on the left, and we also had Yusuf Demir once again starting there for Ronald Koeman's Barcelona out on the right-hand side. And I thought in that first half Barcelona were good. I thought we were okay. Interestingly enough, I didn't think Girona were that bad. I think you look at Samuel Saiz in particular, the guy who got the penalty goal for Girona. He was a player who clearly has a lot of quality. I thought Girona weren't bad at all. They had quite a bit of possession in the first 20 minutes, but Barcelona took the lead. About the 20-minute mark it was actually, and it's actually Balde who wins Barcelona a penalty. That's how Piqué got his goal, and I think I'll speak about Balde now, get it out of the way. I think Balde has been super impressive for Barcelona so far this pre-season, and I think that is absolutely massive. We did speak about that coming into pre-season, that this is a big chance for Balde. Alba got far in the Euro, so he's not going to be coming back for a while. Of course, we know that Barcelona have sold Junior Firpo. They're not going to be bringing in a sub left back. So Balde, he could have a big role to play this season, and seeing how well he's doing in pre-season, it's really promising. I've been really impressed by him, perhaps the most actually out of all of our youngsters, even though there have been some really good performances. But Balde wins the penalty. Actually, Piqué steps up. I think he had a bit of a word with Rey Manaj there and said, hey, you know, I'll kick this one, mate. He shot it. Good save by the keeper, and it's almost like an own goal, I feel, this one. I think they've given it to Piqué, maybe because it's a pre-season friendly. Maybe if this was in La Liga, it would have gone down as an own goal, but the keeper gets a good left hand to it, but then beats it into the corner with his right hand. So, interesting one. Barcelona lead, and about a minute later or two, guys, we had the second goal of the game, 2-0 Barcelona quite early on. As I said, I thought the first 20 minutes were pretty even, actually. I was quite impressed by Girona. Of course, it was quite, a mixed and matched Barcelona team, so maybe we weren't expecting fireworks today in that first half. I don't think we really got them, but it was a good move from Barcelona, this one. I really did think it was. It was actually Nils this time who does well on the left-hand side. I wasn't that impressed with Nils today. I don't think he's one of the main Barca B stars to watch out for. He's not anyone we hear about, and just in general, guys, he's not one you should really be keeping your eye on, but he does well here. He does well to get to the byline. He puts a good ball in, and you got to say the run from Rey Manaj is really good, and that is why he has scored a lot of goals for Barca B. He's a good striker, and clearly, guys, 4 goals now in 2 games this pre-season is obviously good stuff, so fair play to him. And he even went off, injured in that second half, which isn't good to see. I'm hoping he's going to be alright, because getting injured there, obviously, it's not good to see. If he did continue to score goals for Barca this pre-season, then honestly, guys, you never know. I think for the rest of that half, we had a few half chances here and there. I actually think we created more in the second half when some of the first teamers came on, and it was actually Girona who got the goal back before the break. Interestingly, we were actually playing there with 10 men for a little bit, and that was, of course, because of Rey Manaj's injury. So there he went off, just before the half-time whistle. Depay started getting warmed up, but he didn't come on for a while, and in that period, Girona won a penalty. Look, 10 men probably didn't make a difference, but it's a poor handball this from Nils. I don't know really what he's doing. He kind of, elbows it out of his own penalty area. Girona score. Samuel Saiz scores from the penalty spot. Really, clever penalty, dinks it into the net. He actually hit the bar about a minute later, by the way, and I mentioned him earlier. He looked like a player who had quality there for Girona, but Depay was on, and he started well. Of course, he got the goal at the end, but he started really well at the end of that first half. Some great runs, some decent efforts too. He tried to put it back on one occasion, had a decent effort saved on the first occasion, and within about 5 minutes, Depay, clearly a fan's favourite. The fans were excited to see him play, and I thought he did have a good first couple of minutes in a Barcelona shirt today. So we came out then to that second half with actually only one change at half-time. Arnau Comas came on there at centre-back for Umtiti. Barcelona, I thought, were better in the second half, in my opinion. We made some good chances. Roberto had a good header saved. You saw Dest dribble forward. Depay had quite a few good efforts, actually, cutting inside almost onto his right foot and then just lashing them wide of the post or well blocked by defenders. I was impressed by Depay in the second half, and he does look like the sort of player who is going to be dangerous for Barcelona. But it was about the 60-minute mark where we made a lot of changes. We had Igor Gomez and Ndiaye coming on at the full-back areas. We had Lenglet come on at centre-back. I thought Lenglet looks clumsy and slow again. Pretty worrying if he's going to have a big part to play in Barcelona's defence next season, in all truth. In midfield there, we had a Pjanic come on. Pablo Gavi came on. Very, very interesting young player, age of 16 years old. Looks like a real star, so watch out for Gavi. You had De Jong also coming in midfield, of course, which is great to see next to Pjanic there and Gavi. And then up front is where we really have some good players now. Collado there on the right. We had Memphis move out to the left and Antoine Griezmann up front. And I felt that made us a really dangerous proposition in the last half an hour. I really did. I felt as if when we were getting on the board in attack there, we looked like we were going to make things happen. And we saw Pjanic hit the bar from a free kick. But I think it was mainly the play that was interesting. Griezmann and Depay were constantly trying to get in behind the defence, or just drift off and make little intricate passes. I think having the quality of Pjanic in midfield was important too. I thought Gavi got on the ball and did really well. And like I say, Barcelona did have some good chances. I did think Depay could have scored earlier, actually. He had a few good efforts that, like I said, just went wide of the post, especially the shot that he had on his right foot outside the area. I thought was a really good effort. You look at Collado also, who I've got to say, looks like a really, really top player. I think we've been saying that for a while with Collado, and that is a player who, for me, should be in the first team. Probably should have been in it earlier. I think, you look at the last 2 seasons, I think Collado should have been a player who we began to bleed into matches. Give him minutes, give him importance in La Liga or in the Copa del Rey. And I just don't think we've been able to do that, which just isn't good enough from the coaches, I suppose. But hopefully this season, guys, he gets the minutes. It is going to be hard, and the squad is going to be big if we've got a lot of these B team players coming through. But I think some of the guys I'm talking about, they're clearly, they're good enough. They really are, and it should have been something we've done in previous years. It would have saved us a lot of money, and it would have been good for us on the football pitch too. Collado, you got Demir coming through now. That would be a good battle between those two. But Gavi and Nico in midfield, Balde in defence, even Comas in defence. You got Iñaki Peña in goal. Look at Rey Manaj. Rey Manaj could easily be at Barcelona sub or third striker, no problem at all. So I think we need to start looking at the B team as places to go. And I think after today's game, that definitely was worth mentioning. I did think also the performance in today's game was better than the one against Nastic, and we got our third goal in the end, deservedly so. Griezmann wins a penalty. It's quite a harsh handball, I thought, from Joan Mojica there at left back. Depay steps up, Depay scores, and a nice moment for him. I think to get the goal there, obviously it's not his debut for Barcelona, it's not his first official start for us, but it kind of is his debut in a way. And the way he's got himself a goal there after about, 45 minutes of action, it's good to see. It's nice to see from Depay. Didn't start the game, came on early because of the Rey Manaj injury. Got his goal. I thought overall played well too. I think he's a player who needs a little more conviction in attack. I think we've seen that in his Lyon days too. He's a very bright player, but he definitely could do more with the ball. We got it stuck under his feet a few times in the penalty area. But I thought he had a good game today. I really did. He looked dangerous for Barcelona, and he got his goal. And Barcelona, I think, certainly could have had more. 3-1 probably flatters Girona a little bit there. I think, Gavi had a good chance at the end. And like I say, in that second half, I was impressed with Barcelona's performance. So there we go. We move on. I thought we had good progress in the game today, which was what we asked for in the match preview. Important for, Koeman to get some of those players out. I'm looking at De Jong, Lenglet, Griezmann, Depay. To get these guys on the pitch is important. Before our next game, we've got about a week now until we play Stuttgart actually over in Germany. Hopefully we'll be getting even more players back, and we will indeed be going to Germany there in Austria to play Stuttgart and then Salzburg there for our 2 pre-season games before we then come back for the Gamper and the start of La Liga. So 2 big pre-season games coming up now, and hopefully some more players being introduced. I think Braithwaite should be coming back. You've got players like Araujo too. There'll be many more too, and I'm sure in the next few days Barcelona will say, hey, this is our squad that we're taking to Germany on the pre-season tour. And hopefully, guys, more progression, more fitness, more solidified lineups is what I'd say too. We want to prepare ourselves for La Liga. Let's get the players out there, and ultimately that's what Koeman will be looking to do. I'll leave it there. Leave any of your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will be seeing you guys very, very soon for more videos on the channel. Let's see if there's any Barca transfer news in the next few days, Let's see. Until then, goodbye.